is called Parental Control. Suffice to say, misery is a mistake made by the guilty, a sad endeavor to conceal a sorrowful mistake and grieving for a life lesson unlearned and now remaining obscured. I'm moving upwards at a pace that no radar could possibly ever detect, like all the unanswered questions versus all the unanswered prayers still awaiting its redemption to appease our tired state of mind. Even after all of our baptized and being bruised by our thoughts once misused, we still find ourselves in our sad little rooms, our thoughts now confused by our spiritual refusal to accept the constructive rebuttal to a passive-aggressive point we pathetically choose to make. I write choose, and I mean try, the dirtiest three-letter word right before sex, the prefix introducing new context to ordinary things like angles and athletes. Parents apparently provide some solid advice until they trip on their imperfections and then swallow their own tongues, because after all, they were young ones. I desperately try to make friends with the wise, so I can say I never purposely lied. When it comes to redemption, did my predecessors neglect to mention that it never arrives until you remember to listen? I pray that I can one day surpass the mistakes that my parents have made. In selfishness, I believe it is possible to supersede the parental maladies that befall a child breathing infancy. It's dangerous, it seems. My father want to be like me, for me to be like he, dream like he dreams, or scream like he screams. And subsequently, danger lurks equally behind a mother who desires her unwitting offspring to inherit both her torments and her tragedies. But let's face it, a parent would never admit to a fault and risk pointing fingers and placing blame. Honestly, parenthood already provokes a great deal of shame and an even greater amount of pain. The key is, when looking back and remembering, to get creative in interpretations of what was actually happening, morphing what actually transpired into something desirable in memory to inspire. Because of this very simple technique, my parents have once again become gods. Just like when they were behind the wheel in a snowstorm cross country, they were just cross stitching or maybe perhaps folding paper into origami. Purposefully, I still place them in a place in my imagination where they can still solve all my problems with their infinite wisdom. Ultimately, it was by choice. They made the decision to become a father and a mother, and wade through the darkness of indecision. They still even now impress me and make me proud that they found love in a world so lacking in so many without.